Tonight, from the end zone to the fan zone and all seats in between, this is your home for the local sporting update, featuring the voice of the Bradford High School Tornadoes. Welcome to On the Spot Sport News with your host, David Rodgers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers, going solo tonight. No Mitchell Gunner, no Byron Bagwell. I'll explain that to you here in just a little bit. Tonight's show is brought to you by Miracle Automotive Recovery, both in Stark and McClenny. Call Kirk and Kenny Miracle at 904-368-1114. Miracle Automotive, where miracles happen every day. All right. And by Brittany Lee Creations, who, by the way, is helping in the construction of our new studios here in Stark, Florida. From photography to graphic design, let Brittany help you be as creative as you want to be. Visit Brittany Lee Creations on Facebook for more information. All right, let's get the show started as we always do with our prayer, our pledge, and of course, our quotes of the week. So, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody joining in, please bow your heads. Our righteous Heavenly Father, thank you for a wonderful, glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this time that we can spend together tonight, dear Lord. The on-the-spot team that is here tonight and the ones that couldn't be with us tonight, dear Lord. You just keep blessing them and my team and us as we try to bring a great show to our viewers and to our fans. Thank you, dear Lord, for this weekend that you've given us, the beautiful day that you're going to give us tomorrow, and, of course, the beautiful fair week that you're going to give us as well that will be upcoming next week. Again, thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America. That is the most freest, the most powerful country in the world today, dear Lord. Thank you for our armed forces, each and every one of those men and women, dear Lord, that are fighting now and in the past. Thank you. And the ones that's given the ultimate sacrifice, dear Lord, they are the greatest fighting force in the world today. Keep a hedge of protection over them, dear Lord, as they're doing the will of fighting domestic and international terrorism and any other threats to this great country. Please bring them back home to their families safely. Thank you for our first responders and anybody that works in that field, dear Lord, as they are protecting our nations and our counties and our states and our cities. And we thank each and every one of them. Keep a hedge of protection over them as well. Thank you for the food that we receive each and every day, and it goes in nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Anybody with a spoken or unspoken prayer request, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of them, dear Lord. You know what their wants and their needs are. You're the ultimate healer. You're the ultimate comforter, and you can touch each and every one of them. Again, thank you for a great weekend. Thank you for a great upcoming week you're going to give us. And thank you for this great show. And we ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says, Amen. All right. Let us stand for our pledge. And I'm going to ask if Mr. Michael Heater would lead us, please.
Absolutely. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Again, welcome into the show. My name is David Rodgers. I'm your host each and every Tuesday and Saturday night. Again, we got Mr. Michael Heater directing. Going to give us the weather here in just a few minutes and chime in on some other things. We've got our producer, Mr. Dave Holland, with us in the house tonight as well. Again, missing Mr. Mitchell Gunner, Mr. Byron Bagwell as well, as they have some things that they need to do tonight. People's going to be asking, why aren't we down in Orlando? I'll go ahead and address that before we get to our quote so we can continue on with a great show. Weather down there was pretty bad this morning, so we decided it would be best that we didn't go down there today. Some of the other logistical issues has happened as well. I do want to thank Mr. Mitchell Gunner, my co-host, for trying to put this thing together. He did a wonderful job, and as he always does, we've had 3 great interviews so far during our last few shows, and he's done a wonderful job with that. So no count on Mitchell there. He did a great job, and I know he's watching tonight. He's trying to gather some information about this. Maybe he'll call in and explain what's going down there as well. So, again, we are coming from Studio A tonight, not Orlando, but hey, we're going to give you a great show either way. I do have some quotes of the week, however, test y'all's knowledge. Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just illusions. Who would have said that, Michael? Great sports guy.
Try it again. Give it to me again.
Okay, never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just illusions.
Yeah, I don't think it's right, but for some reason, Lou Holt popped in my head.
Lou Holtz popped in your head. Okay. David?
I have no idea.
If I did this to you, what would you say?
I'd say that you've got a bad case of arthritis.
Oh, well, that's true, because I probably would have missed the shot.
Shaq.
Close. How about
Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan. All right. Hockey player said this one. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. What hockey player, great hockey player said that?
That would be the great Wayne Gretzky.
I'll be dadgum. You're exactly right, Mike.
Pretty good, Mike.
That's pretty good. Hockey. He played for the Kings, and he also played for the Edmonton Oilers. Excuse me just a second. Excuse me. One man practicing sportsmanship is far better than 50 preaching it. Now, that sounds like a coach, don't it?
Yeah.
All right. Michael, I'll give you a hint. It's a coach from way back. From a famous university. Way back.
When you say way back.
Way back. 20s and 30s and 40s.
Oh, that's a little before my time. Just a bit.
Okay.
Just a bit before my time.
All right.
Lee. The only coach from he was an I don't know. The only coach from that far back that I could think of would be the coach.
Okay.
Vince Lombardi.
Okay.
And I don't think that would be him, but he's the only one that comes to my head.
Boy, somebody got it right here. I'm telling you right. Newt Rockne.
Newt Rockne.
I'll be daggum. Who said that? Who said that?
It would be
Dwight Allen. Of course, of anybody, it should be Dwight Allen. Good grief. Want to welcome in everybody to the show tonight. Got a lot to get into, like I said. I do want to welcome some people in. Yep. David Versager, Roy Jackson, Renee Stegall-Shaw. Good evening, brother. Mr. Bagwell and Mr. Gunner couldn't be here tonight, but I'm hoping y'all are tuning in. Vincent Tucker is in from the, Hot Topics with Z and Tuck. Yes, sir. 9:30s on Thursday nights. They actually did a show last night because they had an emergency come up on Thursday night. So they did it last night instead. So, again, JD and Norman, what's up, brother? Just keep grinding. We sure are, brother. That's exactly what we're doing. Wesley Mann, how you doing? Gail Allen's on. What's the call-in number? I'm glad you asked that. 1-904-458-7588. That call-in number is 1-904-458-7588. But don't call just yet. We will open up the phone lines here in a few minutes because, hey, I don't want you to go anywhere because the Saturday Night Quick and Dirty starts right now.
Here is your Quick and Dirty News Update, sponsored by Harry Business Hairstyling, home of the $10 haircut, Deerfoot Village in Stark.
Here's the Quick and Dirty for this Saturday night. One person has died following a shooting with deputies in the area of Southeast 46th Terrace off Hawthorne Road in Gainesville yesterday morning. Officials say moments after getting to the area, the suspect opened fire at the deputies. Several deputies returned fire, and the suspect was killed. No deputies were injured in the shooting, but one person was shot during the disturbance prior to the deputies' arrival. officials. The investigations continued to a massive fire that destroyed the Good Sam Motors on South Pine Avenue in Ocala Thursday night. The 2-alarm blaze was brought under control within 30 minutes after firefighters from both Marion County and Ocala arrived just before 11 p.m. A 31-year-old woman from Gainesville has died following an accident Thursday evening in Putnam County. The woman was driving south on County Road 309 near Wilwaukee when her truck overturned. The driver was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. There were no other vehicles involved and no other injuries. The Florida Highway Patrol investigation is continuing. Mike, what's the name of that town?
Where was that?
Willaca?
Willaca, yes.
Yes, Willaca. I don't know. There's too many we's. Weekawacha and all that. All right. A very fast team effort in Bradford County between Stark Police and Bradford County deputies and 911 dispatchers recovered a stolen vehicle within minutes of it being taken. A minivan was stolen from a residence during a domestic dispute this afternoon, and thanks to quick coordination, law enforcement was able to locate the vehicle and arrest the driver on several charges. A registered sex offender in Lake City has been arrested for charges of possession of child pornography. Paul Futch, 48, of Lake City, was taken into custody after a search warrant was served at the Roadway Inn in Lake City. He was charged with 5 counts of sex offender registration violations, 3 counts of possessing child pornography, and 3 counts of transmitting child pornography, with additional charges pending. He is being held with no bond at the Columbia County Detention Facility. Mike, on this story here, I want you to elaborate. When sex offenders get in trouble, after they do their time and everything comes out, and they come back out and they get back into the society, why do they get back in trouble? What is besides, I know you can never get out of your system, but besides that, what is the most charges that they get, or the highest charge that they get, most of them?
Most frequently, the charge is a violation of Florida statute where they must register any new residency location. In fact, law enforcement statewide is notified at any time that a sexual offender or predator changes his address, even if it's relocating because of an incarceration, whether it's moving into a halfway house, into another residence, moving into a family, whatever it is. They are required by state statute to notify law enforcement, and then therefore local law enforcement notifies FDLE to advise the other surrounding agencies. That's part of the reason why that Sheriff Smith in Bradford County and other sheriffs around the state of Florida are being very proactive in doing it. As a matter of fact, every weekend, members of our Bradford County Corrections staff will actually go out and do spot checks on these persons to make sure they are still residing at the address of record. And if we discover that they're no longer there, they then violate their probationary status and a warrant can be issued. Wow.
See, there you go. I thought that. And so if you know anybody out there like that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that they are following your state's, your county's statutes of limitations there. The Baker County Sheriff's Department arrested 2 Baker County men earlier adjudged as convicted sexual offenders. Both of them are alleged lewd acts and battery on minor females that occurred last year. Buddy Champion Jr., 31, is charged with 5 felonies in August and September of 2020, centered around sexual activity with a then 16-year-old female student at Baker County High School. In the second recent case involving a convicted sex offender, Timothy Weathers, same age, 31, a former assistant Little League coach who was arrested on February 22nd for illicit sex acts with a 12-year-old female, Dave, in December of 2020. Good grief. Wow. The Green Cove Springs City Council voted last week to refurbish the auditorium at the Augusta Savage Community Center using grant funding should the grant monies be made available. Green Cove Springs also received the designation as a monarch city. A monarch city is one that has been designated as a place which actively supports the monarch butterfly population's growth. For the second month in a row, a Good Samaritan, listen to this, guys. You're always talking about bad news. Well, we got some good news. A Good Samaritan has paid outstanding utility bills in High Springs. The anonymous donor told city officials that they plan to continue to come by the first of every month to pay off an overdue utility bill. Dave, that's great news, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the National Weather Service confirmed that storms dumped several inches of hail in Daytona Beach earlier today. So much that residents had to use shovels like it was snow. Hail was also reported in Lake County as well. That's your quick and dirty. Now here's your weather forecast.
This weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find Austin's Weather Service on Facebook and have a detailed local forecast sent right to you.
Hey, and good evening, everybody. Michael Heater stepping in for Austin Stevens for your forecast. Give you a little update on what was going on here. Some of the national map here. Plenty of sunshine across the center of the country, looking fantastic. We're still looking at a little bit of snow developing up here in the northwest, as well as a wintry mix way out here to the Pacific Northwest. And then, of course, we're dealing with some spotty showers moving in from the west as they come across the Gulf in here. Now, we're looking at our pollen forecast. Unfortunately, some bad news. You can see as the numbers continue to jump up as we go on. Wednesday right now is looking to be the worst day, and to the high range of 10.1. If you are having allergies, this right here is going to be a concern to you as we move through the week. But check this out. Beautiful conditions. Sunlight making a grand return tomorrow. Yeah, he's happy, and so should you. We're looking at beautiful conditions for the next 3 days. Highs in the 60s, stretching in towards 70. Getting a little cool tomorrow morning, but temperatures moderating into the lower 50s as we get into the middle of the week. That's Austin's Weather Service forecast. Dave, back to you.
Well, we appreciate that, guys. And Michael Heater stepping in, our director for Austin Stevens, who's a little bit under the weather tonight, but maybe will be back with us on Tuesday, as we will be at the fair all week long. So, again, thank you for that weather report, Michael. And now, here's your favorite segment that brings back a little history, brought to you by our great media partners, ladies and gentlemen. WEAG, Eagle Country 106.3 FM, Chuck and Mary Kramer and Lynn Vellis, and of course our other great media partners, the Bradford County Telegraph, John Miller, John Ryan, Elizabeth Tillman, Mark Crawford, and of course sports director Cliff Smelly. Bang bang, here's what's the date. These are the sports headlines from the Bradford Telegraph during the first week of March in what year? BHS's McCormick makes the state. KHHS, which is Keystone High School, bounces back with a 10-0 win over Orange Park Ridgeview. And Union County High School baseball team wins the district opener. All right, was that March of 2017? Was that March of 2018? Or was that March of 2019? BHS McCormick makes state. Keystone Heights bounces back with a 10-0 win over Ridgeview High School, and Union County baseball team wins district opener. Was it March of 2017, March of 2018, or March of 2019? Bradford High School senior Eddie McCormick earned the right to compete in the Florida High School Athletic Association Wrestling Finals after placing fourth at the February 24th and 25th Region 1 Finals, which were held at Clay High School. Skylar Rollins drove in 3 runs, while Caitlin Klein and Ashton Ludwig each drove in 2, as the Keystone Heights girls softball team rebounded for its first loss to defeat Orange Park Ridgeview 10-0 in 6 innings on February 24th in Orange Park, and Ty Cook drove in 5 runs and earned the win on the mound for the Union County High School baseball team, which opened up District 6 1A play with an 11-4 win over Fort White on February 24th in Fort White. Was that? Okay, BHS McCormick makes state. Keystone Heights bounces back with a 10-0 win over Ridgeview. Union County High School baseball team wins district opener. Was that March of 2017, March of 2018, or March of 2019? Here's where you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen. Our second March now.
Yep.
And we had a lot of people on Tuesday night get in that pot, right?
We just kind of threw a bone out there, and everyone got a hold of it.
Everybody got a hold of that bone.
I screwed the pooch on that one, but hey, hopefully we'll get make it a little bit,
It'll be all right. It's okay. We'll see. We'll see how good people are tonight.
There you go.
So a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to the Downtown Grill. All you got to do is guess the correct answer. Your name will be put into a pot. At the end of the month, we'll draw that name out, and some lucky fan, Dave, will win a $25 gift certificate to the Downtown Grill. David, why don't you tell people what the Downtown Grill food tastes like, by the way? Hey! Was he there, Tony the Tiger? He was.
The hungry Tony.
The hungry Tony the Tiger. This is your chance to guess. Last month's winner was Mary Salvatore. Mary Salvatore won that last month. J.D. Norman, nice guess with Wayne Gretzky. Dwight Allen with Newt. I didn't think he knew that. Nice one. That call-in number is 904-458-7588. John Garner, my old classmate from Pascagoula, Mississippi. Welcome in, John. So is David as well. Don Stevens is watching. Vincent D. Tucker, that's Z asking for the number. I love that. Hey, that's the way co-host and host do that. We just blame it on each other. I knew you knew it. Miss Bagwell, Mom, how you doing? Good evening. Byron, good evening to you, sir. I know you're running around like with a chicken with his head cut off. He's got a lot of deliveries going, man. So welcome in, Byron. Renee Stegall. What? No sisters? Nope, not tonight for sure. Breaking news. Irishman who thinks his Hispanic comments on Texas governor opening the state up. Yeah, we're all shaking our head with that one. Yep, you're right. Sharon Petiprin, the model, is here. Good evening, ma'am. And says, yeah, that's it. You got that right. Sharon Petiprin, yes, you are here. Dwight Allen, Noah's here. Mitchell says the volume was low. I think we got that fixed now. So, yep, that'll be good. Noah Gibson says 2017.
Got it.
Tucker says 2019.
Yep.
Brooks, Randy, good evening, 17.
Yep.
David Theus, 2019.
Okay.
All right, Roy Jackson, 2017. Roger Cruz, 2018 with a question mark. Wonder what? Not sure there. Hey, Roger, $5 penalty for using Tony's line for you, Dave. We can't have the flag hanging up here. So, yeah, well, we'll get him. And, of course,
Violation of copyright.
there you go. And Sharon Petiprin says 2017. So we got that in. Anybody else? Because I'm fixing to give the answer. Anybody else want to take that guess? Give you just a couple of minutes. We've got an action-packed show tonight. Again, sorry that we couldn't be bringing the action from Orlando, Florida. That's okay. We will make that up for sure with more action here in the studio again. So was that March of 2017, March of 2018, or March of 2019? Let's see. And the answer is your last chance, Petiprin. Edwards said 2018.
Okay,
he snuck in.
Okay.
Miss Bagwell says 2017.
I was gonna say, where's the last one?
All right, and here's the last one, and the answer is, wait for it. Oh! March 2017. Nice job. I didn't even ask the panel, Dave. Would you have guessed that? No.
I was at 2018.
You was at 2018. Michael, what was
I
yours?
was at 18 too.
You was at 18.
That one threw me too, yeah.
Okay. All you guys that guessed 2017, you're going to have a big pot to pull from this time, brother. Good grief if it keeps going this way. So, again, welcome everybody. It's time for some sports right now. And right now also, Mike, are we opening up the phone lines right now?
Getting as we speak there, big dog.
All right. Well, while Mike's doing that, get ready to open up the phone lines right here. That number is 904-458-7588. I'll let you know when you can call in. David Theus said, no one's dancing with a Snoopy. David Theus said, dang. He with a couple of, well, hey, you can't get them all right all the time. Let me get to the local sports right here. Bradford High School track. High school, they have a home meet at Bradford High School on the 9th. That'll be at 4:30. And that's at their home. Yep. So, and then also for the middle school track team, they're going to be going to Lakeside Wilkinson at Ridgeview High for that meet. That's on March the 11th. That meet starts at 4:30. The Bradford High School girls flag football team, They were supposed to play March the 2nd against Middleburg. That game was postponed due to rain. March 11th, they will be at Clay High School, start their season off 6 p.m. for that game. Bradford baseball, not doing so great right now. We've got a couple of guys that are hurt in our pitching rotation. We've given up a lot of runs. Right now they're 0-6. We're 0-4-1 at home with a tie. They got too dark, and I think the rain came, so they finalized it after that. That's why they got a tie right there. And they're 0-2 away. They scored 13 runs all year long and allowed 54. It's not going to get it to try to win you some ball games. Bradford softball did finally get a win. They're 1-5-1. They're 1-2-1 at home. They're 0-3 away. They scored 37 runs and allowed 74. It's not going to get it either. We got to tighten up on our pitching and our defense, and I believe you'll see that turnaround for both our men and women's high school softball and baseball teams. Brianna Jordan, BHS sophomore, competed in her first ever USA Florida powerlifting event on February 20th, winning her weight class in her age division, qualifying for the USA Powerlifting National Level Competition.
Wow,
Brianna Jordan, if you've heard that name before, you say, man, I know that name. Well, she trains with Brian Griffiths, but she lifted for us, Bradford, with Adrian Mosley and Autumn Rogers. She finished second in the state in the 154-pound weight class. And, hey, really good power lifter, really good weight lifter, and I think she'll do good things on the national level, so congratulations, Brianna. Boys weightlifting, we've got another meet here on the 8th. That's at Keystone Heights at 3 o'clock. Gentlemen, not a lot of weightlifting meets this year. Only 4. One got canceled. They're really pushing the districts through. And I do believe, gentlemen and ladies that are listening out there, probably due to spring football coming up. So want to get these guys back into football shape. So tennis team, they've got a match on the 9th, boys and girls. Keystone at home. That starts at 3 p.m. If you haven't seen the tennis team, Dave, you need to go out and watch them on that new court. Man, that looks really sharp. I think they're doing pretty good, too, by the way. On the 11th, the boys and girls again. Santa Fe, over in Santa Fe. That meet is at 3:30. And that'll do it for our local sports. The phone line is now open, 904-458-7588. If the line is busy, you can leave a message or send us a text, and we will read your message on the air. You can also try to call back if you wish, or you can leave us a comment right here saying that you want to call in, and hey, we'll be waiting for you. So we're waiting on the first call right now. I'm going to read over some national news, and then I'm going to break a few things down for you in the football realm and the basketball realm as well. How about the first one, Mike? I'll let you read that one.
Sure, absolutely. The investigation into the Tiger Woods crash has revealed that he was unconscious inside the SUV when it crashed in Southern California last week, according to court documents that were just released. It also determined that a nearby resident was the first person on scene, not law enforcement as previously reported, and they did confirm that he wasn't trapped in the vehicle. Woods continues to recover at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center as a result of the injury sustained in that crash.
Wow. So Tiger Woods back on the men's, so that should be pretty good. Here we go. University of Kansas Jayhawks coach has placed head football coach Les Miles on administrative leave, and the university will conduct a full review to determine the appropriate next steps on his future. Jayhawks athletic director Jeff Long said in a statement Friday night. The decision came after reports of Miles' conduct while he coached at LSU in 2013 were made public this week. I do believe Coach Miles was accused of some statements and some things said to some of his football players that were inappropriate, and I'll just leave it at that because I don't know fully what those were. So your guess would be as good as mine, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I just don't want to say unless it's fully confirmed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The NCAA has charged Arizona with 5 Level 1 rule violation allegations, wow, including 2 alleged instances of academic misconduct within the men's basketball program, according to a notice of allegations the university released on Friday. The NCAA, if you don't know what a level 1 rules violation is, that's the big dog. Yeah. That's the dog that will get you in trouble. That will get you no TV. That will get you suspensions. That will get you minus scholarships. It will really hit your program hard if you are guilty of that, as most people presume that Arizona is, along with some other programs, David, Michael, that are on this list. LSU's on that list. Several other teams that the FBI has been investigating. Yeah. A lot of it is dealing with a lot of monies given to these collegiate athletes before they even get onto campus, bribing them to come to their schools. And that is a big no-no with the NCAA. And the Allegations and Infractions Commission is going to be doing their investigation there. And I can guarantee you they'll get to the bottom of it. AP Top 25 men's basketball, if you're keeping up with that, that's Gonzaga is number 1 in the nation. Number 2 now is Illinois. Number 3 is Michigan. And number 4 is Baylor. You're going, well, I thought Gonzaga and Baylor was 1 and 2. Well, Baylor lost the other night, so that loss knocked them down just a little bit. Illinois is on fire right now, so is Michigan. That's why that has reversed. Iowa's 5th. West Virginia 6th, Ohio State 7th, 8th is Alabama, 9th is Houston, 10th is Villanova, 11th is Florida State. I don't know if they're going to remain there because they lost to a bad Notre Dame team today by, was it 8 points? They lost by 8 points to a bad Notre Dame team. You know, David and Michael and fans that are Florida State fans, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They come out and spank you one day, you know what I'm saying? 20, by 20 points, and then they come out and lay a goose egg, Michael, to a nobody. When you are getting ready for tournament basketball like we are, you have to be on your game. If you're not on your game, you're out in that tournament very quickly. You need to be getting hot. Florida State can't keep having these bouncing back and forth. What is it? One and done in the tournament.
That's exactly right.
One and done.
And in fact, I think the key here is that you don't have to be the absolute best.
Right.
You got to be consistent.
Correct.
You know, sometimes your best defense makes for a great offense.
Oh, absolutely. And all those teams can play defense. I've seen Florida State lock down a lot of teams, but you can't keep losing to 9 and 14 teams and expect to get respect from the tournament committee. Arkansas's 12, Kansas 13, Creighton's 14, Texas 15, Oklahoma is 16, Oklahoma State 17, Texas Tech is 18th, 19th is San Diego State. That 20th ranked team right there, look at there, making their noise again. Remember 2 years ago they made noise. Loyola Chicago with Sister, I can't think of her name now, Sister Marie, I think, or something like that. It was all over the place. Loyola Chicago playing great basketball. Virginia's 21st, Virginia Tech's 22nd, Purdue, Colorado, and rounding out the top 25 is, of course, those Wisconsin Badgers. So, looking here, gentlemen, what I think, I'd like to see what our audience thinks. I like Gonzaga. Definitely. I like Baylor, even though they lost. Illinois, Michigan, they're great basketball teams. And I like Ohio State as well. Somebody in the bottom there to make noise. I think Florida State can make some noise if they start playing better. I also think like a team like Arkansas, David, and Oklahoma, Texas, somebody like that, Virginia, that starts getting hot at the right time, can make noise in this tournament, and anybody could win it.
I tell you, the team that I think, my personal opinion, just from watching the last few games like that, keep an eye on West Virginia.
Yep.
They're the ones that's consistent.
Did they win today? They were trailing by a few.
They were trailing. I'll have to find out about
Find out, because that was a good ball game.
We will double check. But matter of fact, we'll get to some scores here in just a moment.
Yeah, that would work.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, they are. They play lockdown defense. They're really good.
And while we're doing that one, you want?
Ready?
You would look at some women's.
Yeah, well, let's look at some women's. But first, before we do that,
okay.
Ready?
Yep.
1,
here we go.
2, 3. Hello, Albie! There we go. Even Renee beat us to that. So she goes, hello, Albie. Albie says hi, sending his love to everyone. we're sending our love right back to you. That's for sure. Let's take a look at some women's top 25. Remember, the phone is wide open, 904-458-7588. And again, if the phone lines are busy, hey, try to call again or leave a message, or you can just send us something right here, and we'd love to have you on. So going to the women's basketball top 25, and of course Connecticut is number 1 in the country. They are playing some really outstanding basketball right there. Of course, the number 2 team in the country, I do believe, that would be Texas A&M, and then North Carolina State, and Stanford, and Louisville, then Baylor. Baylor's dropped a couple of games, guys. Baylor was staying up there, and they've dropped a couple of games. So is South Carolina, Maryland, and UCLA, Indiana, Arizona, Michigan, Arkansas. You're seeing a pattern.
Yeah.
If you're good in men's, women, they're usually pretty good in the women's basketball as well. Tennessee's 14th. They're starting to play better. How about a team from Florida? Look at those South Florida Bulls. Yeah. The Lady Bulls at 15. Nice. Georgia at 16. Kentucky 17. Look at Gonzaga. You don't think they're good just in men's? They're good in women's too. They're the 18th ranked team in the country. Then you got Oregon, West Virginia. How about the South Dakota State Jackrabbits? Did y'all know that was a jackrabbit?
No.
No. Okay. Well, anyway. Roy Jackson said West Virginia lost 85-80. Well, that hurts just a bit.
So much for that.
I think they played Oklahoma State. Vincent Tucker says, hi, Elvie from Arizona. Ohio State, Missouri State, Rutgers, and DePaul. That's your top 25 in women. I will break down some of the brackets. I will tell you what Tier 1 teams are, Tier 2, as we get just a little bit closer. Anybody? We have us a call-in. Mitchell Gunner. All right. We got our first call-in. Bring him on in here there, Michael. Let's bring in Mr. Mitchell Gunner. Mitchell, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen?
What's going on with you, Mitchell?
I got you some results
Please.
from the Door Slammer Nationals down there for the Pro Stock class.
Okay.
Greg Anderson is your number 1 qualifier. He actually qualified in that spot on Friday and was able to hold on to it. Number 2 is your 4-time champion, Erica Anders. She actually had some trouble in her second round of qualifying with her clutch. They made some adjustments. She was sitting number 4, and with those adjustments, she was able to pop back up there in the number 2 spot. So things are working really good for her. Her speed was 210 miles per hour. Her elapsed time was 6.534 in the quarter.
Wow.
Number 2 is Troy Coughlin Jr. Number 4 is Kyle Korinsky. Number 5 is Aaron Stanfield. Number 6, Dallas Glenn. Number 7, Diedrich Kramer. Dennis Bo Butner. Alex Lofton, which is a teammate of Erica Anders and Troy Coughlin. Bruno Massel, he's also a team member of Erica Anders on the Elite Motorsports. We got Pedro Codro Jr., Christian Quadron,
Right.
Alan Perinsky,
Yep.
Pedro Quadra Sr.,
Okay.
and then Kenny Delco rounding out the top 15.
Nice.
So they only have 15 cars in the class. So Greg Anderson will absolutely get the bye into the second round since there's not a 16 spot car.
Okay, so the first 2 is going to get an automatic bye, Mitchell, tomorrow?
No, just Greg Anderson will get the bye because there was no number 16 car. Because 1 always runs number 16 and 2 runs 15. That's how the ladders are drawn up.
Okay.
So they're going to have really great weather, really nice cool weather conditions. And, that means less humidity in the air and water grains. Those cars will be flying. I guarantee you'll have a couple of them that will run around 212 to probably 214 miles an hour tomorrow with those conditions.
I gotcha. Mitchell, I don't know if you tuned into the beginning of the show. I was telling our viewing audience that we were sorry we couldn't get down there for some live action and some live interviews today. Some logistical problems, weather problems that deterred us from doing that. And I told them that you were at home trying to get some things worked up on the computer so you could have us a good report tonight on what happened. But there was some weather delay, Mitchell, at least the first half of the day. And I guess it beautified up, and it's going to be that way even into tomorrow.
Yes, it was pretty nasty down there earlier until about probably 10 o'clock, and things started kind of drying out. They dried the track and was able to get all the other qualifying sessions in today. So, hats off to that track crew. It's a lot of work for them to go out there and dry a track.
Right.
And they also had a world record set today by Import with a 2JZ engine, which is your Honda.
Right.
And I want to say that he ran the quarter mile in
5.4
seconds with that 4-cylinder.
Wow.
So, and a mile per hour was unreal on a mile per hour. I was actually trying to look at that mile per hour for y'all,
Okay.
but unfortunately, I cannot find it at this time. But we could talk about that next Saturday in your show, as I will probably be reporting from Gainesville Raceway for the 52nd Annual Gator Nationals.
Yeah, yes, you will. And Mitchell, what is there anything, just before I let you go, is there anything running right now? Is there any qualifying running right now that you know of as we're speaking?
No, their qualifying is totally done.
Okay.
They're not running no more tonight. Finals will start tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., starting off with your sportsman style classes first, and they will work their way up into Pro Stock and Pro Mod.
All right, that sounds great, Mitchell. Go ahead.
And also at Gainesville Raceway, they were supposed to finish today the Division II race, and they had rain delay as well. Everything was canceled, and they will pop up with their schedule for Sunday, probably within tomorrow morning or late tonight, and that's the order that they are going to run to try to finish it up.
All right, Mitchell, hey, we appreciate it, brother. Thank you for all the hard work you've done on this. Hey, class act, brother, as always. Sorry that we couldn't get a chance to get down there, but hey, hopefully we'll have some other chances, some other point. Hey, if you got anything else you want to report on before the show, just give us a call back if you see anything else.
Okay, well, I may still try to make it down there tomorrow. And if I'm able to make it down there tomorrow, I will post pictures, some video with my camera, and so some people can follow it if I'm able to make it.
That sounds great, Mitchell. Hey, appreciate you, brother. You know I love you, and we'll talk with you here very soon.
Sounds great. Y'all have a great show.
All right, that was our very own Mitchell Gunner, ladies and gentlemen, reporting in with some NHRA results today as the qualifying continued on after some bad weather down there, as you heard that. So you can follow that on NHRA.com and look for the Door Slammers logo there, and you can open it up and you can probably see those results as well. Phone lines are again wide open, 904-458-7588. I'm your host, David Rodgers, bringing you the Sports Saturday night here on the Spot with David Rodgers. You just heard from him here a couple of times tonight. Did our weather, our director, Michael Heater. And you heard Tony the Tiger back here producing the show. That's Mr. Dave Holland. We're the three amigos tonight. So here we go. Hey, sometimes it happens that way, gentlemen. Things happen, things go on, and you never know what could happen here. So, waiting on our next phone call. I do believe, gentlemen, if I'm not mistaken, I talked with him earlier, I do believe Z from Z and Tuck's going to call in.
Good.
I hope he's going to call in. I hope he's on. If y'all seen that video, he was in a car that was driving by itself.
Really?
Yeah. He was sitting I guess, in the back seat, and then there was another girl, I don't know if it's his wife or whatever, on the other side. The car was driving itself through downtown Phoenix. I'd like for him to tell us what that was all about.
That's got to be nerve-wracking.
That does got to be nerve-wracking. You're exactly right there. Again, welcome in. Got still a lot of things to go over. I've noticed that Tony Black wasn't on tonight. He still may be coming on. But he had called in last week or 2 weeks ago and wanted to know if I'd break down some softball. Well, if I need to break down softball, we better get us a diamond up there. Some football terminology, some of the things that we talk about, we do as sports announcers, play-by-play, colored analysts, terms that we use. Some people don't understand them. Hey, Mike, and that's okay. Hey, when you say boundary to somebody, they don't know what you mean. And sometimes in football, unless you just watch football and you hear and you listen to what those sportscasters, you will finally get what boundary is. But if I was just going to say, hey, Mike, that guy just ran the ball to the near boundary.
I would be.
You would know.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, we are an educational show.
Yes, we
and
are.
I will tell you, there was a time when someone said, "Hey, we're headed for the near hash mark," and all I could think of was breakfast.
Exactly. Who? Yeah. Well, yeah. You thought it said hash browns.
Yes, what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there, yeah.
And I'm always thinking about food anyway.
Phone lines are wide open, ladies and gentlemen. 904-458-7588. And before I forget, hey, we got the Bradford County Fair coming up, Mike, next week. You have got us set up. We're going to be broadcasting right there by your location, right there at the Bradford County Sheriff's Office. We've got a show on Tuesday and Saturday night. Tell these guys what we can expect from there.
Hey, well, we're looking forward to a really good program. I went out today. If you haven't had a chance to get yourself your armbands and your advance tickets, suggest you do that. Mitchell, of course, had that information on the last show, and we'll make sure to bring that up to you as well. That does start off on Tuesday. Going to have a great time and all, and really make sure that you take time to appreciate all of the work that goes into the fair setup and the booths that are done by the local youth. The kids went out and they won a lot of awards today. Some of them for their animals, some of them for their botanical skills, design skills. It's an amazing program for the youth of this community. Your support goes a long way in helping our kids and the youth all around the region, not just in Bradford County, but to really grow into responsible people, because they put forth a lot of their own time and energy and money into making sure that they are successful. So your involvement in the fair is a big boost, not just to these kids, but to the fair and to the economy as well.
Speaking of the fair, could we bring up that poultry there? The poultry FFA prelims there. Want to read off a few names that is going on there. Again, we show, hey, here we go, the Florida FFA poultry prelims right there. Here we go. Bradford, hey, all the schools get involved. All the middle schools from the areas, high schools, middle schools. Well, I want to tell you that Bradford Middle School is number one right now, Dave, with a 306 score, 18 points better than Frostproof Middle School. And if y'all know where Frostproof is, that's down south a little bit. Come up here. This is a big deal in the state of Florida. So, of course, this is just not our fair. This is FFA for all over the state. They compete and do different things, and they get points for different things as well. But in second place right now, Coy Hartley. Does that name sound familiar? Bradford Middle School. It might be just a little bit familiar. That would be Will Hartley's daughter. So she's in second place right now. In fourth place, Kate Wainwright from Bradford Middle School. In fifth is Cammie Crawford from Bradford Middle School. How about this? 12th, Raylyn Moore from Bradford Middle School. And then in 23rd place, now they rate the top 100, right, Mike? Is that the way it goes?
Yes.
Okay, top 100. So in 23rd in the state is Nolan Bagley from Lake Butler Middle School. Let's see, 25th is Wyatt Keene from Lake Butler Middle School. And in 33rd place right now is Darby Andrews from Lake Butler Middle School. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in the top 35.
That's not bad.
That is not bad from all over the state. So congratulations to those guys. And I bet you that they're going to have a pig or something that they're going to be doing at the fair. So absolutely. Albie will be by Tuesday to see us. I am so glad, Albie, you will be by. Haven't seen you in a while. Stop by, say hello. May put you on camera. You can say hello to everybody that ain't watching in the local area. How about that? Oh, boy. Billy Rayberg's on. Please tell me you took your meds, Billy. Oh, boy. Hey, whatever it is that he takes, good grief. So, overtime, a multi-sports company. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? You want to make some money? Just get good at basketball. Oh, we got a call.
Got us a call.
All right. Who we got on the line, Mike?
Thanks for calling on the spot. Who's just on my phone? Oh my goodness, I do believe it's Hot Topics with Z and Tuck.
All right.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm actually out eating, but I was like, I won't miss this time. Give you guys a call and, talk to you guys and let you know how great you guys are.
Hey, well, Z, we appreciate tuning in. This is Z, ladies and gentlemen, from Hot Topics with Z and Tuck. They're out west in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona. They bring a great show on Thursday nights, 9:30. I know the time change. Z, we're going to have to get that coordinated, but for now, it's 9:30 our time, 7:30 your time, right?
Yes, and as far as our time, we will never change because, we never, our time stays the same, but you guys, I know you guys will be changing. Your time will be changing very soon, right?
That's exactly right. March 14th, next week.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. I gotta figure out what time then your show will be our time then.
That's exactly right.
Same.
Yeah. Well, if we jump ahead, if spring forwards, that means we'll lose another hour with them, right?
That is correct.
So yeah.
They will. Yeah. So it will be 10:30
our
our
time
when they are on.
Yeah.
During the summer.
So it's going to get later, Z. So you spring ahead. So instead of 9:30 now, it's going to be 10:30 your time.
Okay, well, I'll definitely make sure to note that down and tune in then.
There you go.
guys are doing an amazing job, and, we're out eating right now, and I just wanted to, not miss this time and give you guys a call. I don't want to miss. I know you guys will be live for another hour or so, right?
We're going to be on for about another 35 to 40 minutes. So, all right, before you go, man, I was watching that video today. What was you in, Z? What was that? A car that drove itself?
I wanted to talk to you guys about that today. If you guys haven't heard of this, look it up because it's coming to the future. It's something that amazing, something that, everybody like that I've shown the video to today, they were like, you must be insane to sit in a vehicle that nobody is driving, but it's driving itself.
You and who was that? Y'all were in the back seat, right? Z? Did we lose him? Must have lost connection. We'll see if we can try to get him back. Yeah. That was the neatest thing. I was like, he was describing it, and I was like, wow.
He must still be in the car.
Yeah, he must still be. Vincent Tucker. Tuck is also in the house. You got that right. Z and Tuck? Yeah. What night, Dave? Thursday nights?
Thursday night.
Yeah, right now at 9:30, 7:30. We got him back. All right, we got Z back from the Hot Topic.
Did I lose you guys? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, man. No big deal. So y'all was in the back seat, right, of that car, right?
Yes, so you're only allowed to sit in the back seat. The front seat, you really can't be there because, due to COVID and everything else, even though there's really no driver in that front seat and it's just the car driving itself, it was still kind of nice because you kind of had your own personal spot.
Right.
We were the only people in there, me and Michelle, and we were kind of driving around, and I mean, we were just telling the car where to go, and it was taking us. So it was amazing. If you guys haven't tried it, it's I don't know if they have it in Florida yet, but I think Phoenix was the first area that they became autonomous in. Right now, it's most recent. It's called Waymo. If you guys ever want to check it out.
Okay, we got it. Waymo. All
Waymo,
right. Hey,
yeah,
I like that, Z.
yeah.
Hey, where are you having
but it's
dinner at
amazing,
tonight,
guys.
Z?
We're actually at Carrabba's, and they have Carrabba's Italian restaurant.
Yep.
Yep, we got it.
We got him.
Yeah, they have some great calamari. If you guys ever there, make sure you have their calamari because they have an amazing calamari. Won't lie.
Hey,
Yeah.
Z, tell before you go, and I know you're with your beautiful wife or your girlfriend or whoever your date is there. Before you go, real quick, tell everybody just a little bit about your show. Plug the show just a minute.
Yeah, about the show.
Yeah, about your show, that great show that you got out west.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go live, just like David mentioned a little bit ago. We go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We talk pretty much about anything, so we don't have like a specific topic. Our show, we always make it about, just like your show, we always make it about what the people want to see and listen to. So if you ever want to like bring up any topic, you can always give us a call and talk about anything. We're open. We don't have a restriction. We don't want like to control what topics to be put on there. We want the people to kind of decide what they want to bring onto the show. And like I said, we just, we share what we share, and, we like what people share. And yesterday, actually, we had a pretty good interview with Ben Smith. Not sure if you guys watched it. Great guy, creative guy. We bring on the show guys with creativities, with ideas of what they're like. They turn something simple into something magical that gives you a little bit overview of what our show is about. It's just kind of bringing people's hidden talent out there and showing others what it's about, and also letting them talk about whatever they want to talk about as far as, just bringing something out to the public.
Wow, yeah, and y'all do a great job. You and Tug do a great job with that, Z, that's for sure. Hey, you want to plug in a phone number and a Facebook page where they can reach out?
Yes, absolutely. Our Facebook page is Hot Topic with Z and Tug. Our phone number, our calling phone number is 480-243-2431. I'm trying to think of the number. 480-243-2431. Like I said, we go live 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I believe that's 9:30 your time.
Currently. Mm-hmm.
So for viewers in Florida, for viewers in Phoenix or anywhere else, we go live at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. PM, not AM. A lot of people ask me, like, is that AM or PM? I'm like, no. I'm not waking up at 6 in the morning to do a show.
I hear that. I hear that.
I just want to say you guys also do an amazing job. Your team does a beautiful job. How you guys work together and deliver. I believe you guys do an amazing job, and we always learn from you so many things. So you guys, I love what you guys do. So.
Well, we appreciate that, Z, and Tuck said the same thing. Believe it or not, we get some ideas from you and your show. Some of the graphics, I think we all share in the same realm. And you guys do an amazing job out there. And again, hey, when I'm out in Arizona, don't forget.
I'll take you on a boat. I promise you, and I'll show you all the beautiful people in Arizona.
There you go. That's it right there. If you haven't seen this, Mike, y'all need to watch.
Let's not show that live, okay? So I can show you everything beautiful in Arizona.
Hey, I agree with you. Let me just plug this real quick. So, Z, when I was getting to know these guys, he had a video. He was going live from this nice boat that you. Is that your boat, Z? By the way.
No, it's actually my cousin's boat, but we never go anywhere without each other. So we're like we're like a close family. So we go like out together, and every time we go, like whenever, because we all have the same days off. So that's why, like, that boat is technically my cousin's, but it's pretty much our boat.
I got you. Hey, I just got to say this. So I was watching this video, right? And I'm hearing Z talk, and he's giving us sort of the play-by-play, the show deal. And, man, he turns the camera. And David, I'm sorry, Z, I have to say it. I've seen some of the most beautiful people and the most beautiful women I've ever seen on that boat. Oh, my
God. They have those parties when it warms up. They have those parties at the lake, and it's so great because there's a lot of people out there that are, everybody's enjoying their time, and they're super friendly. So all you do is you connect your boat to their boat, and you hook it up, and you just kind of like jump from boat to boat, get to know these people, talk to them. So it's definitely an amazing thing, man, and something that you can only see without the camera showing.
Hey, Michael Heater's got a question for you, Z.
Hey, Z, it's Michael from the show here. I have a question for you. Now, I have a sister that lives outside of Tucson, and so I know a little bit about Arizona, and I know you've got Grand Canyons, and I know you've got deserts, and I know you've got mountains, and I'm trying to figure where exactly do you keep a boat in Arizona?
We actually, we're in the Phoenix area. And where we go, we actually go by a lake called Lake Pleasant, and it's a very popular lake over here. There's other lakes around the valley, but Lake Pleasant is where we normally go all the time.
So how far away?
It's the closest.
How far away are you from Lake Havasu? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
Lake Havasu, it's about an hour.
Okay.
Maybe like hour 40 minutes. Maybe either an hour or 40 minutes to get there. It's not really that of a distance, but Lake Pleasant is definitely way closer.
Good. Okay.
I
The
got
party
you.
lake, yes.
All right.
The party lake, Lake Pleasant.
All right, brother. Hey, Z, I'm glad that you could join us, man. I'm going to let you get back to your meal there with your wonderful people there. Again, plug the show. Say that again, Z. I'm sorry.
I'm saying thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show and give you guys a call and let you know how awesome and great you guys are.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for calling in, Z.
That was our producer,
No
Dave
problem,
Holland.
guys.
He said, thank you very much for calling in, and we really do appreciate that and taking some time out. One quick plug for your show before we go.
Say that again. You cut off.
Okay. Hey, plug. Give your show a plug one more time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We go live. Again, well, you can find us on Facebook on Hot Topics with Z and Tuck, just like how it said. Hot Topics with Z and Tuck. And we go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 9:30 Florida time. And also, our phone number to call in is 480-243-2431. You can bring in any topics, anything that you want. There is no limit. There's no restriction on anything that you want to bring up.
All right. Thank you, Z, very much, guys. Hey, man, we love you and Tuck, and we'll hope to be talking to you soon.
Talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much. You have a great day.
Hey, you too. That was Z from the Z and Tuck show. I think his last name is Zamaya. I don't want to mispronounce it. That's why I didn't want to say that. I was like, I don't know if I want to say that or not. But I think it's Zamaya. Hey, they've got a great show out there, West David. It's a two-man show. Of course, we have a 5, sometimes 6-man operation. But the way we are right now, like he said, it's the way that we've come about and built up. And they're doing the same thing out there. They're trying to build, and they're taking some stuff from us as we're taking from them. Michael, have you ever watched one of their shows?
I have one time, and it's actually really good. My issue is that having to be to work at 4:35 in the mornings, the same way.
Mine too.
But when the opportunity presents itself, I watch great chemistry, great team. I enjoy the dynamics of their show. And not going to lie, I think there's a little bit of that show that we like to incorporate in here. We like to think of it as, we don't call it plagiarism. We like to think of it as
an extension.
A co-opetition, as it were.
Yeah,
a little co-opetition, as it
Yeah,
were.
co-opetition. There you go. Dave, you've seen the show before, haven't you?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Well, I like the format that they use.
I do too. Yeah.
I like the subjects that they talk about. They're really off the cuff.
Right.
Kind of reminds me of our show.
2 years ago?
Our show.
It reminds me with just different graphics, but it reminds me 2 years ago how we started and how they're coming along and doing some of the same things. But to be honest with you, I think when we seen some of their show, Dave, we took some of their ideas and incorporated them in ours. There's no doubt about that. And they've done the same thing. They're running some lower thirds right now. They're doing some of the things. And then again, like you said, oh boy, I got a Charlie horse. Oh boy. Have you ever had one of them?
Not a Charlie horse.
Oh man, you got to stretch your leg out for just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you I'm not going to sleep on you. Whoo, that hurts. You ever had one of them, Mike?
Yeah, I use them all the time.
Yeah, I've got one right now. Ooh, right there in the back of that. Oh my goodness. So, anyway, want to continue on. Let's see. Byron Bagwell's on. Let's see. Thank God for a governor here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
That's no doubt about that, Billy Rayburn. We're going to discuss some of that on Tuesday night as we get into that. Ron DeSantis. I know he's doing some great things here. Hey, never know. Maybe a future candidate for presidency in 2024.
Good possibility.
Yep. That's the Vince Tucker said, self-driving car, question mark. Yes, they were in the back seat. So, Austin's Weather Service. New times after Sunday, March the 14th. On the spot shows will start at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That is 4 p.m. out in Arizona. That's exactly right. Instead of being 2 hours ahead, there will be 3 hours. That's correct. So, let's see. He gave out his Facebook page. You can see it right there, ladies and gentlemen. We have a big show coming up very soon. Top secret. Uh-oh. There we go. We call that a strip bar here in Florida. Oh, Vincent Tucker, you opened up Billy Rayburn now. That is the only problem with that. Oh, goodness. David Rodgers on Roy Jackson. Vincent Tucker said I pronounced his name right. Samaya. How about that? Well, hey, I'm glad of that. Randy Brooks is on. Billy Rayburn. It's called Copycat.
Co-opetition.
Co-opetition, Billy. He's off his meds.
Well, that's...
Yeah. It's a family effort. You're right. We consider all this a family. If you was to call, you need some help, my guys would help you. Our guys, we will. And y'all do the same for us. Pepper's back on. She says, hey, we'll see you at the fair. And absolutely, we'll see you at the fair as well. Hey, we've got a couple of things we want to go before we end the show. It's been a great show so far tonight. We've had Mitchell Gunner call in, telling us about some NHRA results. Sorry we couldn't get down there today. It just didn't allow us to today. That's okay. Hopefully, we'll maybe in the near future we'll be able to get back into that. And then you just heard from Z Zamaya, host or co-host of the Z and Tuck show, Hot Topics with Z and Tuck. They come on Thursdays right now at the time of 9:30 Eastern time. Billy Rayburn, the Addams Family. That's really... David, I want to talk a little football.
Yeah.
Can you bring up a football field for me? I bet you that you can do that. Oh, do we have a call?
We got a text message into the hotline.
Oh, we got it. Okay.
Noah Gibson.
Okay. I'm hoping for a full explanation of why Dr. Seuss is bad now. We'll talk about that on Tuesday, and absolutely. I don't personally think he's bad, but we'll tell you why the media probably thinks he's bad. And I like the show and props, and I hope to see you guys at the fair. You will. Also, can you guys add a Georgia Bulldog prop, please?
I think
absolutely we can. There's no doubt about that. We'll add a Georgia Bulldog. You've got a couple other things you wanted to add too, Mike, right? That's not the only thing.
Oh, no, we've got more coming.
Well, Miami. We're going to do all kinds of stuff, aren't we?
It's going to look really good by the time we're done with our sports wall.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So thank you, Mike, for that. Let's see. Alvy says good night. We'll see us on Tuesday. Good night, Alvy.
Bye, Alvy.
Good night, Alvy. Hope you get sweet dreams to you. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend. So we got some football coming up. So let's segue to that graphic, Dave, if we can.
Here we go. Okay. So,
all right, here we go. So it got me on the screen right there. All right, look at there. Put me in right there on the screen with you. So, Tony Black actually called in and said, hey, a friend of mine, don't know who that was, called us on the Tuesday show, didn't he, Mike?
Yes, he did.
Called us on the Tuesday show for I'll see if I can dig y'all up a Pascagoula Panther banner. Sure, Renee. Oh, my God. I would love that, Renee. And by the way, while I've got you on the line, can you do me a favor? We've talked about, and I can call you or you can call me after the show. We talked about doing a show from Pascagoula live. Can you see when that may be available? We'll pull you some dates, and if you can pull us some dates, that would be great if you could do that as well. So as you see, we've got a football field up right here right now. And you see my ugly mug over here to the left. But Tony Black called in and said one of his friends says she loves Bradford Tornado football, loves the call that David Rodgers and Kevin Howe gives. But I don't quite understand when you say some different terms. Well, if y'all know sportscasters or anything about play-by-play announcers, color analysts, Dave's done a little bit, Mike's done a little bit, and you've got to understand terminology. It's just easier for us. It's something that everybody does. Everybody does it a little bit differently. So, you see a football field there. You see it from the 10 to the 10, and actually you see it from end zone to end zone because those dark green spots right there are the end zone. So, oh, no, Rebecca, man. I have a picture of a bulldog licking herself. Well, you can use it on the show. He's off his meds, Michael.
I bet.
Yeah. So anyway, when you see and you hear us say, hey, the ball is at the near hash. So if I'm sitting and turn the other way, the hash marks are the hash marks in the middle of the football field. I don't know how I can point to that, Mike. Is there any way that I can point to that?
You can go right up in there.
Oh, I can go right up in here.
I'm going to slide into your spot here.
Okay, all right.
All right.
So, yeah, slide into my spot.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to talk to you for a second. Dave is now taking his position, and he is going to explain some of the basic plays and give you an idea on how it is like that. Dave, it's all yours.
All right. So, as you say, oh, look at my ugly tail. Mike, what are you doing over there?
I'm fixing to get off the screen here. Hold on just a second.
No, you stay there, because I'm going to leave you.
Okay.
No, bring me back there, Dave.
Go ahead. I'm in. You're good. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So, when we talk about the hash marks, we're talking about this right here.
Right.
These are your hash marks right here.
Here we go. Got hash marks
Yeah.
right up here, and we've got them right down here.
Right down here.
There we go.
So those are your hash marks right here.
That's it.
So, as you see, the offense is the X's right now, right here, right there.
Yep.
And then the O's are your defense. So there's the center right here.
Okay.
Right about there.
Is it?
All right. So that ball is to the near hash.
Okay.
Why do you say that's the near hash? Well, because the press box is here. Or, well,
Technically,
here,
yeah,
technically,
be down.
but up. So we're looking down on that football field, right, Mike?
That's correct.
At the way. So
Looking down.
the press box is up here. So if I'm looking at that and I say Bradford has the ball on the near hash at the 45-yard line, that means it's the hash that's nearest to us.
That's correct.
So right here.
Should be, yeah, these hashes are
That's
right here.
the far hash.
Yes.
We'll go back this way a little
There
bit.
you go.
That's your far hash.
Right.
This is your near hash. So Bradford's got the ball right there, okay? As you can see, where Michael is, that's where the quarterback is sitting right there on that near hash along with the ball.
Right there, yes.
Yes. So, sidecar left would be Eric Smith. Let's take him. So, Eric Smith would be right there.
Yep.
That's your running back. He's sidecar left. So, when you hear me say sidecar, that's the running back taking the position
Right.
on either side. So, if I say sidecar left, he's here. if I say sidecar right, he's on the other side right here.
Yep. Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Now, if he's in the pistol, the running back will be lined up right behind the quarterback.
Gotcha.
So if I say that Bradford's in the pistol formation, that means it's the center, the quarterback in his shotgun, and the running back behind him.
Okay. I got you. I see what you're saying
So,
there. Yeah.
there you go. You see that?
Yeah, I can see it there. Yeah,
All right.
I got you.
There you go. You see it right here?
Yeah, yeah, I see it.
All right. So, anyway, they run the ball. Let's say Eric Smith's got the ball. He's going to do a sweep to the right.
Okay.
There's Eric Smith right there, right?
Right.
Eric's going to come right around here and run that sweep.
Okay.
Now, Eric Smith runs that sweep, and he's going to go out on the near boundary. There's the boundary. So what is the boundary? The boundary is the same thing as a sideline. So the sideline. So boundary over here, that's the far boundary from where the ball is positioned.
Right.
Here's the near boundary. So the boundaries are your sidelines.
Yep.
So recap, Mike. Hash marks are what? Right here.
That's right. Yep.
Hash marks right here.
Yes.
Boundary, the sidelines.
Got it.
So Eric Smith runs it for 10 yards, but gets knocked out at the near boundary. That means Eric Smith is going to go to the 35-yard line, or actually to this 45-yard line because they're on their own 45 right here.
Right.
He gets knocked out right there. See
Okay.
where my pin is?
Got it.
So that's where he gets knocked out. First down, right, because he gets the 10 yards. Now, Mike,
Yes.
I've got a question for you and the audience.
Okay.
So he gets knocked out at this near boundary right here.
Correct.
All right. So does the ball go back to the center of the field?
You know, that's a good question.
Good question. The answer is no,
Yeah.
because he went out on the near hash or the near boundary. So that ball would be placed back here on the near hash.
Okay.
Again, 1st and 10 at the opponent's 45-yard line, which makes this over here what? The wide side of the field now.
So
this
question.
is the wide side. Yeah.
So question for you. So based on what you're, so just general area
know
here.
what you mean.
Okay. So let's say that the wide out goes out of bounds here. Is it
This wide out or this one?
We're gonna go on the far side.
Far side.
Far
so
side.
the wide
so-
side, wide
yeah,
side.
Wide side like that. Now,
Yeah.
with him going out of bounds up there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The ball's automatically going to be spotted back on the hash, or does it go to the center of the field?
Ah.
And what is the difference in the placement?
Great question, Michael. That is an excellent question. All right. Let's take that same play, except we're not going to run Eric Smith.
Okay.
Dejon Shanks is going to take the shotgun snap.
Okay.
He's going to roll to his left. Dante Balfour is going to go down here unless they do a down and out.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So Dante catches the ball. Shanks makes a great pass.
Right.
Takes it, and he runs out of bounds.
Correct.
Okay. Tackle, far boundary at the 45-yard line.
Right.
First down.
Yeah. Right.
So does the ball come here or to the middle of the field?
Yeah. See.
That's a great question. The
Okay.
ball will come to the middle of the field because the play was run from the near hash. Now, you took all that room away. You ran it to the outside, which is the wide side of the field. So the ball now will be placed at the center of the field.
Got it.
Now, what if we run that same play?
Okay.
From there, we run Dante. He does that quick out again,
Right.
and we hit him. Okay. Let's say right here. Well, I gotta find my space here. Let's say right here.
Okay.
All right, somewhere in there. All right. So he catches the ball. Now, since we ran to the even side, because there is no wide side now, right? It's even because you got the ball in the middle of the field.
Right.
That ball now will be placed at that far hash mark.
Okay. So yeah, based on that, then.
Right.
So that's how the determination is.
Right.
On this one. Now, if you have a running play, and let's say he literally comes right up the middle, right
Yeah.
through this area here, then.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as the ball is down in that area, that's the spot where the ball is
In between the hash marks.
correct. But if the ball goes beyond the hash up here or
Right.
down here,
Right.
then it falls within the hash marks,
marks.
depending on whether it's on the near hash or
Or the far
the
hash.
far hash.
That's correct.
Got it. Okay, I see how you
Yeah.
got
So,
that. Okay.
again, these are your hash marks. There's your boundary, which is a sideline.
Right.
course, everybody knows about the end zone.
Yes.
All right. So, I'm not going to go over any plays with you. I just want to give you some terminology. So, Dave, what's the hash marks again? Where the hash mark? Right here, right?
Little tiny mark.
There you go. That's your hash marks right there. Okay? Your boundary.
Yep.
Right? Or, in other words, sideline.
Sidelines.
Sideline. We may use sideline or the boundary. The hash marks, we use it on change-ups, usually the hash marks. Okay. Up the gut, straight up the center, pretty much. All right, then you got the end zone. Now, what if, I'm not going to go over any plays. Let's say Bradford drives the ball to the 19-yard line.
Okay.
And you hear me say this, Dave, on the call. And Bradford's all the way down to the 19-yard line. They're inside the red zone. So, Michael, why would I say that Bradford at the 19-yard line is inside the red zone?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that the red zone refers to the area between the 20-yard line and the opponent's end zone, and that's where you want to make your short plays in order to be able to get in for the touchdown.
Right. They call that the red zone because that's the danger zone for the defense.
Right.
Now you're inside. Now, what does the defense got to do? They've got to buckle up. They've got to play people tight because all you got to do is let some guy get to the outside on you, back over here, and that's a touchdown. So, yes, this is right here, ladies and gentlemen, well, back here, is the red zone.
Got it.
So, red zone, hash marks, boundary or sideline, end zone. All right, next week, I will break down some plays for you. Okay. But some people was wanting to know why I use those terminologies. All right, one other thing before we do that. Michael, you drew this up perfectly for me.
Good.
So, that ball is what, right about the 50-yard line?
Yeah, pretty much right there. Yeah,
Yeah, I said the 45, but it's the 50, right?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
So, okay, 50-yard
right,
line.
right there in that general
All
area.
right, that's the middle of the field.
Yep.
Okay. Bradford gains 10 yards to the 40.
Right.
And I'll say, and here goes Bradford. Now the Tornadoes, now they're in positive territory. What do I mean by positive territory? Anybody want to take a stab? Positive territory.
Good question.
Okay. So, positive territory is anything beyond the 50-yard line. So, this is Bradford's side of the field. So, I'll say the Tornadoes have the ball first and 10 from their own 35-yard line at the near hash. All right, Eric Smith on a big run, 26 yards, all the way to the 44-yard line. They're in positive territory.
Right.
That means they're on their opponents. And then with the next play, when I go to introduce it, and Kevin may say something, I'll say they're at the Hornet. Let's say they're playing the Hawthorne Hornets. They're at the Hornet 44-yard line. So, and at the near hash or whatever. So that's positive territory. Anything plus the 50 is, and you're driving on offense, you're in positive territory. Anything back here, you're in your own territory.
Right.
So, always want to be in the positive. All right. One more.
Okay.
Okay. So, if I say the Tornadoes have a short field. Let's say if I say the Tornadoes have a short field. They're trailing 7-0. Tornadoes got the short field, though, and this is a great opportunity for them to go in and score. That means they stop Hawthorne. Let's say they stop Hawthorne after a gain of 4 yards at the 10-yard line. Hawthorne punts.
Right.
All right? So when they punt the ball, they don't, let's say they get a 25-yard punt. To about 35. Let's say it's no return. Let's say tackles him right there.
Sure.
Positive. Right there. Short field. You got 35 yards to the end zone instead of 80 yards.
I was going to say, as opposed to having to run from
80 yards or
side,
from the, yeah.
Stand down all the way down. Right.
Yeah. So that is a short field.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to leave you with those. I'm going to have Mike post those on the spot informational sheet. And that way you'll remember. Next week, I'll break down some plays and also go over some other stuff as well. So, again, David, thank you, Mike. Thank you for Hey, why don't you sit in there?
I'm just gonna slide over here.
Slide
real quick.
over, or slide. What you want the?
I'm gonna let you take the.
Oh God, I can't sit on that stool.
I'll take the stool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
There we go.
oh, well done, Coach. Well, I had some help here with Dave and Mike. I got to get used to that green screen. I am not used to that. But hey, we'll work on that a little bit.
There you go.
So, Renee Stegall says they're in the opponent's end of the field, approaching the goal. About as good as you can get it.
That's exactly
That's as
right.
good as you can get it right there.
That's it.
So, and Billy Rayburn says to the middle of the field. That's exactly right, Billy. When I said about using the wide side coming back, they'll place the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Hey Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida and David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
And that is why he is in charge. Hey, real quick recap of the forecast again. Now, it's going to dry us out, and as the pollen count, as we dry out, that pollen count is going to continue to increase as we go through the week. The biggest concern we have is as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, because as you can see, the numbers really start to skyrocket as we get towards the middle of the week. Locally for us, though, it's going to be an amazing next couple of days here. Beautiful sunshine. I would venture to say, just like right here, you're going to be smiling as well, because we're looking at some fantastic seasonal temperatures, clear skies, no chance of rain for at least the next 72 hours. Get out and enjoy the rest of your weekend and the next coming week. Dave, back to you, bud.
All right. Well,
Tonight's Final Thoughts with David Rodgers brought to you by Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in beautiful Stark, Florida. Fun Point is an all-in-one arcade and restaurant that is bound to raise your spirits, are sure to please your taste buds, and the games will keep you entertained for hours. Fun Point Food and Arcade, 1100 South Walnut Street in Stark. Feel free to give them a call at 904-966-3380. Make a point to visit Fun Point.
down. We're trying to work on that now. But hey, just keep watching. Maybe you can catch the end of the show, catch what we said for sure at the end of the show.
Okay, we're good.
So, hey, we're good. All right. So, anyway, God bless you guys. I want you to think about something before we leave. Michael, I wanted to throw this out to you and Dave.
Okay.
You know, sports is supposed to be, and we do a sports show every Saturday. Sports is supposed to be to get away from the norm, to get away from everything. You want to turn on a game to watch great players.
Absolutely.
But something has been bothering me here lately, gentlemen. Something I want to leave you with, and I want to leave our audience with. And I want you to chime in on Tuesday, about that. And that is, what do you think about players bringing political views within the sports realm?
No.
I agree with you. Michael said no, and I agree because, look, you know, you turn on ESPN, there's something always political, and I'm not picking on anybody. I know LeBron's very politically minded. He likes to speak politically. There's others as well. And I think when you cross those lines, you're taking away from the escape of us going to sports, because now sometimes I don't even turn it to ESPN. I don't even watch a lot of sports just because of that. I'm trying to get away from, hey, all the hustle and bustle. I want to watch a great game. I want to see somebody sink a three-pointer as a buzzer beater. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see. I don't want to see people, Mike, talking politics within the sports realm. I think there's a time and a thing for everything. And if they want to talk politics, hey, that's their Second Amendment right.
Absolutely.
For First and Second Amendment rights, as far as that goes, I should have said First
Amendment.
First Amendment rights, Second Amendment's for guns.
It's okay. Well, if they want to shoot off at the
They
mouth,
want to shoot off of the mouth. That's
fine.
it.
There you go.
So I don't mind that, but I think there's a time and a place for that. I want to leave you with that and see what y'all think about that. Because I love my sports. Sports is my getaway. How many times do we say, hey, let's go watch that football game. Let's go watch after the show. Or we're trying to get it here because we're so excited about it. But I don't want to hear politics in the same delve as we're watching sports. That's just my opinion. I think Michael agrees with it. And
totally
Dave, I seen Dave nod his head about it. Wanted to leave that with you. And the second thing is, you know, I hear this word unity. I'm going away from sports a little bit, but I hear this word unity, and I love the word. I'd love to see us unite. And, hey, it sounds great when we preach it, but I tell you what we need to do. We need to practice what we preach. And I'm talking from everybody, and that starts from the head of this country to the people that help run this country, and i.e. I'm talking politicians in particular. If you say it, you better, if you preach it, you better do it. So you practice what you preach. And right now, Mike, I don't see a lot of that going on. Like I say, we talk about it, and the next thing you know, I see no action. And I think that if we would put our political differences aside for once and look at the bigger problem, what's going on in this country today. Reason I'm bringing this up, I work with a friend of mine. He watches the show. I won't mention it.
Okay.
Won't mention his name.
But we can say hi to him.
Yes, hello, guys.
Hey.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if he's on tonight, but I was trying to see. Yeah. He was telling me about this lady in Lake City. Well, actually, Brantford. This lady lives, and she's 62 years old. She's got a back issue. She can't work. Okay. She's got a camper that's barely even livable in, he said. Right. And she's so proud of herself that she doesn't want no help. She has to, they have to tell her that she's getting help from a church before she'll even accept it, and don't want to accept it then. She gets $600 a month. She's plugging in electricity from a house that's on that property to her trailer that runs just a fan and maybe a TV. Okay? What am I trying to say? The toilets is not a toilet, pretty much a bucket. And this is the way that people are living. that are good-willed people, have pride in themselves, doesn't want no help. But we are letting people, ladies and gentlemen, live like this, and we're not doing a single thing about it. We're thinking up here all the time in the big political realm and not thinking about that common everyday worker. Michael, David, and viewers, I have a problem with this, a big, severe problem with this. I ride through Jacksonville. I see the homeless population out there. I know before y'all berate me here, I understand that some of those people have put themselves in that, and they're able to work, and they're able to do things. The problem is how do you weed through that to get to the people that really need help, Michael? That is the big thing right there. We need to start looking at the bigger picture and worrying about what's wrong in our United States and in our own communities and just in general in the world today. I am just furious about how we leave the elderly out, Michael. The veterans that need help, that's fought for this great country, we seem to shove them to the side. People that need help that are disabled, that barely get any. Michael, $600. You tell me, can you live off of $600 a month?
Absolutely not. I mean, and I'm in a little bit better position than most.
Yeah, and we're thankful for what we're in.
Absolutely right. But I will say this, and I can appreciate what you're saying, but I'm gonna turn it on a dime for a second.
Okay.
Earlier this afternoon, a coworker, and she would be very embarrassed if I say it, so I won't mention anyone's name.
Please.
There is a young lady here in the city of Stark who has special needs. Let's just say that she and our weatherman have some commonality. And she saw her, this young lady, saw her this afternoon and needed a little assistance maneuvering through traffic and doing everything like that one, and stopped on her way to work, got out of her vehicle to make sure that she was okay. So, I agree with you 100%, but I also know that there is still a lot of good in this community, and what we have to do is make sure that we can kind of focus that, kind of bring it together and make it, as you said, a unified effort.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Mike, and I'm glad that you said that. Just something I want you to think about, and I'm going to keep preaching this because, David, we throw so much food away because the government has limited and subsidized our farmers on what they can or what they are allowed to sell. Yes. And we throw more food away than you even know what we could feed the world with the food that we throw away in one harvest season. I'm really sick and tired of it. I'm a people person. I love you. I love you. I love everybody. And I want this country to start opening up their eyes. You politicians, quit pocketing all this damn money, excuse my French, and start looking past your own pockets and your own face in the mirror and start looking down the road and finding out what Mary Jane needs in Branford County. That's what I want you to do, or in any county. Really sick and tired of this. It really irritates the mess out of me, and I just had to get on my soapbox a little bit. The story that you said there was wonderful right there, and he told me that, and the same thing. And I'm like, Michael, what are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing? If Byron is sitting here, Mitchell's sitting there, they say the same thing. What are we doing? That's true. What are we doing? Just something for you guys to think about. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate that, man. We try to make a great show out of it. We love all people. I know it sounds sometimes like, hey, it's a politically divided. It is not really. We just, we have our own ideas and our own things that we think, just like you do. But that doesn't mean me and Michael can't go over to our Granny's with you and have breakfast with you in the morning. That's what the whole thing is about. So, again, great show tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. On behalf of Michael Heater, Mr. Dave Holland, who joined me tonight, the empty Mitchell Gunner, the empty Mr. Byron Bagwell. They'll be here on Tuesday from the fair. God bless you guys. Y'all have a great night. We love you. Peace out. Enjoy the weekend.